Italia 90, the semi-finals. England against arch-rivals Germany, with Pearce and Gascoigne as central characters. This time, England had the talent to win, and the patriotic stakes were sky high.
The German game was one of those where, hang on a minute, we've got further than the team did previous in 1986. We've got further than any team have done on foreign soil. We've got further than any team had done since 1966. So in that respect, that lifted a lot of pressure off the team.
We hate Germany, don't we? We hate them. We hate them. Germany, Scotland and the French. But Germans at top of the list. Hate them. What was it? We've seen 2 World Wars and 1 World Cup, doodah, which we do. We got there and it was a great occasion. Everybody was up for it. We knew if we beat Germany we'd go on and win it.
The team was terrific, and we got behind. You know, we were unlucky with a free kick.
I remember, I think it was me who gave the free kick away on the edge of the box actually when the Germans got a free kick, and from that probably scored one of the luckiest goals at the World Cup. Braemar come up, took a massive deflection off of Paul Parker, and Schultz, who's not the biggest of goalkeepers, ended up going back and floundering a little bit, and it's gone up, looped over his head and into the goal. Having gone 1-0 down, you think, you know, oh God, you know how strong the Germans are. I think we were lucky we had Gary Lineker in the side that could get you a goal out of near enough nothing, to be honest, you know. He had that ability to do that.
Surrounded by 3 defenders, Lineker produced the equaliser.
You're an England match, someone you don't even know, never seen, never met. England score, you grab hold of them, kiss them, squeeze them like crazy, and they do the same back to you. I mean, that's England fans being England fans, passionate, great.
You wouldn't say it was a great goal, he spun someone in the box, but you would say that we were playing well enough and we thought, yeah, we could be in here, you know what I mean, this could be our day.
We're the better side, but it was even Stevens at 1-1 after 90 minutes. For the 3rd game in succession, extra time in terrific heat.
As soon as you get involved in extra time, you start thinking about subconsciously about penalties as well. You know that it's only half an hour.
Pearce.
And the pressure that puts on you, the stakes are upped a little bit when you go into extra time.
It was very nerve-wracking. I knew Stuart was going to be one of the 5 to take a penalty, and the closer it got to the end, the more nervous that we were all getting, especially I was.
And you're fatigued, you're tired, you're under a bit of pressure.
Into Gascoigne's path. The yellow card for Paul Gascoigne, which means that if England go into the World Cup final, sadly he will not be a part of it.
The Gaza booking at the time, it did affect him pretty badly during the game.
England's high expectations rested uneasily on the shoulders of Paul Gascoigne. Realising he would miss the final, Gaza burst into real, if childlike, tears. Set against Pearce's controlled emotions, Gaza's tears were endangering England's progress.
And Gaza's the sort that, to be honest with you, if he lost it mentally a little bit, anything could happen with him, you know what I mean?
At the end of extra time, there was no result. Both teams were emotionally exhausted, but the real excitement was yet to come. For the first time, the outcome would be decided on penalties.
This is real football drama.
Now, we had, in the side, some great penalty kickers.
I took penalties for my club. Gary Lineker, fantastic penalty taker, Peter Beardsley.
And we practiced penalties. We never missed. So I wasn't really afraid, to be honest.
I think anyone that steps up for a penalty would have a doubt in their mind somewhere. Somewhere in the back of their mind you would have a doubt. The bigger the occasion, the bigger the doubt.
Well, Lineker scored twice against the Cameroon. Gary Lineker with penalty number 1.
Lineker scored.
Peter Beardsley.
Beardsley scored.
David Platt.
Platt scored. They scored, they scored, they scored. It's 3-3. Stuart Pearce, in my opinion, was our best penalty kicker.
I've always fancied my chances of scoring a penalty, and I would always prefer to take that responsibility to do it rather than let someone else do it. Because at the end of the day, someone's got to miss a penalty for another team to win the competition. So I'd rather go up there and be one of the 5 that takes the initial 5 penalties personally. We
decided Pearce would go at number 4 because I always think the 4th penalty is crucial. Every penalty is crucial. But the 4th penalty, it could be 3-3 or 3-2, and if you get the 4th penalty in, that's the psychological advantage. I mean, in training, he used to wham him. He used to burst the net.
You're extremely nervous walking up to take that penalty. You hear the crowd when you're walking up. You hear the crowd when you're putting the ball down. You walk back and you're getting more focused. You don't hear a thing. You've just got your mind set on kicking that ball as hard as you can.
Well, he's a fairly nervous character, Stuart Pearce.
And then you're in the lap of the gods, to be honest with you.
When it come to Pearcey, we just gone, he's going to bang it in. Left foot, crack it straight in, no problem. He takes some Forest, he's going to bang it in.
I'd made my mind up long before the day that if I had a penalty I was going to smash it down the middle. And it's that split second thinking, has he gone the right way?
The keeper went one way, he was horizontal, and the ball hit the goalkeeper's foot. Can you believe this? And we missed it.
Obviously you think to yourself, this is it, my penalty's knocked us out. The worst bit of it is the walk up from the centre circle. Whoever invented you've got to all be in the centre circle for a penalty, God only knows, but all I know is it's a hell of a long walk to get there, and if you miss it's even longer going back, I can assure you.
They stepped up and hit a beauty. And I have to say this, every single German penalty was a cracker. It was a beaut. This is a
sadly are out.
It's from then on, you know, you feel guilty that you've let your country down. Liz was there, my mum and dad were there in the stadium as well.
I didn't actually see that he was crying at the time when they walked off, but I saw that later on television. You know, and you just feel devastated for him, really.
How did I feel at that point? Complete and utter dejection. My whole life just went out of my body, to be honest.
That was the saddest day, one of the saddest days of my life. So I don't cry very often, I'm quite a strong bloke, but I did that. And terrible, terrible, terrible.
I'll never forget it, it was sad.
I remember us all just sat there in a line, and it must have been for 35-40 minutes after the game had finished, and none of us had dry eyes. Probably it comes out then how passionate you are about England and football, and